Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Sanjana, and this week I'm going to show you how to make a super delicious bullet cheese naan. Bullet what? If the words cheese, stuffed and bread mean anything to you, then you simply have to make this naan. Once you try it, I will warn you that no naan will ever be good enough ever again. I will share with you the entire process for making these restaurant-style cheesy naans in the comfort of your own kitchen. We will start with a yeast-free dough and then move on to filling, which, by the way, is only 3 ingredients. And then we will fill our dough with this gorgeous cheese filling, then roll them out, and I'll show you how to cook them beautifully over an open flame. And just the smell alone is so intoxicating that you are going to have a hard time not snacking on a little bit as you're going along and making these, and there'll just be a queue of people waiting with a little plate, just waiting for you to finish making them. They're that good. If you're ready, let's make some naan.
Tap the link in the description box for a full list of ingredients you need to make this recipe. Let's start by tipping self-raising flour into a bowl. To make our naan extra soft and puffy, we'll add some additional baking powder, some salt. Not only does sugar improve the structure of the dough, it also helps to give naan a beautiful flavour and colour. I use icing sugar or powdered sugar since it's easier to incorporate into the dough. You could also use granulated or caster sugar. Now let's make sure these dry ingredients are well incorporated before we add our wet ingredients. A small amount of plain yogurt will ensure our naans are soft and tender. A small amount of oil, I'm using sunflower oil today, and warm water. I found that kneading the dough with warm water ensures the naan stays softer for longer. If you prefer your naan to have a little bit more chew, then feel free to knead the dough with cool water and roll them a little bit thinner. Both the stuffing and the naan dough are quick and simple to prepare. To bring them together is super easy too. The process is similar to making any Indian stuffed bread such as aloo paratha or paneer kulcha. Since there's no yeast in this dough, it only needs to be rested for around 30 minutes. Knead the dough for about 8 to 10 minutes or until it's smooth and soft. The mixture might feel a little bit sticky, but this is okay. Please don't be tempted to add any extra flour. The dough will become less sticky after resting, since this inactive time gives the flour time to hydrate. As is the case with many different types of bread, if the dough is not adequately hydrated, it will not rise. It'll also be quite hard and tough. Rub the surface of the dough with a very thin film of oil and then cover either with a damp tea towel or with cling film. Now let's make the stuffing for these delicious chili cheese naans. In my bowl I have some grated low moisture mozzarella. Add some grated cheddar and as many chillies as you can handle. Make sure they're chopped up really finely. A small splash of cream will help everything come together. This is just regular cooking cream. Stir to combine, pressing with the back of a spoon to make it slightly pasty. This will help the stuffing bind together for easier filling later. As soon as this cheese melts inside the naan, it's going to become so gooey and stretchy. Back to the dough. Let's divide it into 6 equal portions for medium-sized naans. If you turn the dough in on itself like this, it's much easier to fill and work with. This yeast-free naan dough will actually keep in the fridge for up to 2 days. Make sure you wrap it directly in cling film or place it in an airtight container. Since the recipe doesn't use yeast, it's best to use it within 48 hours since the baking powder will lose its leavening properties as time goes on. This will result in naan that is much less puffy. Once you've formed your dough, be sure to cover it again so that the surface doesn't dry out. Lightly flour a rolling board or a clean worktop. Take a piece of the naan dough and roll or press it out into a circle around 4 centimeters wide. Can you see how soft it is just from the way it presses out? This is why adequate hydration is so important, not just for us humans, but for our bread too. You can also use a rolling pin for this job, by the way. Place 1/6 of your cheese filling in the center of the dough. Gently coax the dough together in an upwards motion to create somewhat of a money bag looking dumpling. Press the dough together to fully enclose it inside. There should be no gaps or holes the stuffing could escape from during rolling. Lightly flour your surface again and then gently use your middle 3 fingers palm side down to pat the dough into a thick round disc. I like to start from the center and work my way outwards to help distribute the filling evenly. Use a rolling pin to gently roll your naan out. I like to use a circular motion, either going up or down or moving between the center and the edges. Try not to add too much pressure or the filling might burst out of the seams. Stop once your naan reaches your desired size. I recommend between 15 and 18 centimeters. Sprinkle with a pinch of nigella seeds and gently press them in. Carefully roll up and down a few times using a rolling pin to even out the surface. This naan is now ready to cook, and here's how to do it without a tandoor. Preheat a tawa or large frying pan over a medium-high heat. Make sure it is not non-stick. Steel or aluminium are the best options. Apply water all over the back of the naan and very carefully place it on the preheated tawa, water side down. Cook it over a super high heat for around 40 to 50 seconds or until small bubbles appear on the surface of the naan. Now grab the handle using a cloth or oven mitt if you need to. Flip the pan upside down to cook the naan directly over the flame. The water we applied will ensure the naan sticks to the pan. Move it around and cook until charred spots appear over the surface of the naan. This will give them such a beautiful tandoori flavour. Check out the recipe link in the description box below if you'd like some alternative cooking methods. And as if by magic, we have a homemade cheesy naan that tastes like you bought it from a restaurant. I cannot begin to describe how good this smells. The final step is to brush this baby with some butter. This is garlic and coriander butter, and you can get the recipe by tapping the link in the description box below. Despite being loaded with that stretchy molten cheese, the naan is still so puffy and risen. Use a metal spatula or turner to gently release the naan from the tawa or pan. Serve these cheesy bullet naans with your favourite curries, dals and tandoori dishes. I guarantee these will disappear just as soon as they come off the tawa. People will be queuing up for them. Now all you need to do is make the rest of the naans in exactly the same way. Here's a quick recap. This is my most favourite naan recipe in the world, and I hope you make time to try it.
If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, then please do consider subscribing. Your support is what sustains this channel and what keeps those delicious recipes coming.